It's not the HTC One, but if you want to buy it unlocked, you can do so through Negri Electronics. The HTC Butterfly S, a little bit different, but very similar in a lot of ways, and we've got it here in the PhoneDog offices. I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com. It's unboxing time. Let's take a look at the HTC Butterfly S. So you love this phone, but there are a couple of things you don't like about it. Maybe the battery is just not big enough for you, or maybe the design, you want something a little bit different from the pack. Well, HTC makes another phone that's not available in the US on a carrier, but you can get it unlocked through specialty retailers like Negri Electronics. This is the HTC Butterfly S, and we know that the Butterfly line is going to be merged in at some point in the future with the One line, but right now the Butterfly S is the must-have device in the Asia market because it's the HTC One essentially with a lot of cool things that make it better, including a bigger battery, a micro SD card slot, and more. So let's talk about specifications here because that's important on this device before we open it up. First of all, you can see the same design language on the packaging with the two look I should say, of the HTC Butterfly S, and then on the back, the specifications, though the box is slightly larger, as you can see. Now, specs-wise, we're looking at a 1.9 gigahertz Crate CPU here, quad-core Snapdragon 600 CPU, a 4 ultra-pixel camera, a 5-inch display here, Super LCD3, 1080p display, 441 pixels per inch. Like I said, same 4 megapixel, 4 ultra-pixel camera, I should say. But where you get some goodies or some improvements, the battery. 3,200 milliamp hour battery. It's still non-removable, but 3,200 milliamp hour is going to power this thing for a long time in comparison to the 2,300 milliamp hour battery on the HTC One. Colors come in black, white, red, and gray, and depending on which retailer you get it from, you can pick it up in different colors. Want to thank Negri Electronics again for this device. You can go to negrielectronics.com if you just love this and you think, I want a device that's different from the pack. Check them out. They have it for sale at negrielectronics.com. Also, before I open it up, I want to thank my partners at Best Buy Mobile because they give us devices like this, very similar, for use in our One-Pawed Bandit giveaway game on PhoneDog.com, where we just give you free phones if you win. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. So if you get your HTC One or Galaxy S4 at Best Buy Mobile, they'll make sure you walk out the door, everything set up, walking out good to go at Best Buy Mobile. So let's take a look at what you get in the box here. And I should point out another nice thing, this has Android 4.2.2 right out of the box, so you get the latest version of Android with Sense 5, so you get all of that and you don't have to wait for the global update to make its way to your respective carrier device. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little bit different than the HTC One, and just comparing them here, as you can see, a little bit taller and different on the back. The HTC One is metal, this is not metal, but it's really a nice kind of chromy look and feel here with the red ring around the camera. And then on the front, very similar to the original HTC Butterfly with the red accents here, very similar actually to the Droid DNA, which pulls a lot of its design language, or DNA, ha, pun intended, from the HTC Butterfly line. But you've got your volume rocker over here on the right side, you've got your power button up top, 3.5mm headphone jack, you've got your micro USB, what looks to be a micro USB charging port here up top. Nope, I'm sorry, this is your SIM card slot and your micro SD card slot right up here in the top, and then at the bottom you've got your micro USB charging port. So really a nice design here. Looks nice. It's very different than what we see on the HTC One. So this is going to be one of those immediate love-hate things where you either love the design of the HTC One and hate the Butterfly S, or you love this design and really don't care for the One because, you know what, it's metal, you may drop it, things may happen. But a little bit different here, a little bit taller, and you got those boom sound speakers on the front and Beats audio integration back here, as you can see. So menu, home, recent applications, front-facing camera will power this on. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to leave it over here so you can see it, but I'm going to check out what comes in the box. Let's hope the battery's charged. There we go. On this device. So you get the typical earbuds here, very similar to what you see with the HTC One. You've got your USB cable, AC adapter module, a little bit different here because this is a global device. You've got a different AC adapter module. If this ever were to come to the US, highly unlikely, but you would get a US adapter, but you can see there, that is the UK adapter. Then of course a USB cable, all in their cornstarch biodegradable bags with an HTC SIM card removal tool right there where you can eject that out, and I'll show you what that does here in just a second. Go ahead and pull this out before we take too much time looking at the device. And like I said, earphones as well. And so let's pull this out, and actually what I have to do is yank over here, grab the SIM eject tool, and go ahead and pull it. It's a little bit tricky. There we go, boom, and then I pull out the SIM card slot right there, which takes a micro SIM card. So I happen to have one laying over here, so I'll go ahead and put in an AT&T micro SIM card so we can take a look in real time. And like I said, micro SD card slot is down here as well, though it's pretty hard to see in that hole. You can kind of take a glance at it right there. So we're going to put this down in there. A little bit tough to get that in with that micro SD card slot there as well combined. So we'll go ahead and power this up, and I cannot read anything that says. And I should take a look, speaking of can't read anything, I should take a look and see what comes in here. HTC Butterfly S, all the different manuals. Looks like it's in Taiwanese or perhaps Japanese, Chinese, one of the two, or one of the three. Let's take a look here. English, United States, that is what we are looking for. Boom. And it's going to change magically to the US, or to English. We'll go ahead and select AT&T. We'll skip the whole network setup stuff, and we'll set up from scratch. Skip, and pardon my voice, I am recovering from a cold this weekend, so a little bit under the weather, but that's okay. The show goes on. Next, agree, and then HTC Butterfly S. We're going to go ahead and capitalize that S. This thing is worthy of a capitalization. But you can see here, really a nice design. I happen to like, and this is very much a personal preference, but I happen to like the taller, narrower devices because I feel like they're easier to hold in the hand. And don't get me wrong, the HTC One's great to hold in the hand, and I love the metal, but this is really nice. And I find that because the earpiece is up here, the microphone's down here, obviously it's much easier to talk on because it is a taller device, so this gets closer to my mouth, which is nice. So you got blink feed here, HTC Sense 5 as we know and love. This is running Android 4.2.2 as you can see. So much like we talked about in the global version of the HTC One when we looked at the Android 4.2 rollout last week, you've got a very similar look and feel here with your shortcuts, your brightness, your setting, your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, all the stuff that you would expect. And then we can go in like this and flip back and go to settings. So you've got your typical settings here, typical personalization stuff, including my personal favorite. Go to power, and we can show the battery level right here on the display. So really a different look and feel, and compare that to this, and this granted is the Google Experience version, but you can see the difference between the screen, the overall look and feel, and like I said, size-wise rather, this is packing a larger battery, so it is a little bit thicker in the hand, but still feels really nice, travels pretty decent here with a 5-inch display. So overall messaging looks good. Let's take a look at the keyboard. Everything's nice and fast here as you can see. Portrait to landscape, nice and fast. And we'll take a quick look at the browser as well. Really like this device. Again, brings a different design. For those people that love the Droid DNA design, maybe don't like the HTC One design as much, really a nice look and feel. So we'll go ahead and go to phonedog.com and take a look. And again, pardon my nasally voice, but phonedog.com loading up right there with our new segment, the tech inside. And I can see recent applications down here. I can press and hold, or double tap, I should say, and get to that. Press and hold home and access Google Now. So I've got a good look and feel here, and then blink feed obviously as well. So it brings together the best of blink feed. It's got the ultra pixel camera as well, so you can jump in right here and use Zoe's. So very much like the HTC One, but the benefit here, bigger battery, micro SD card slot, and different design. Keep it locked on phonedog.com. We'll have a ton of coverage on the HTC Butterfly S. I'm on Twitter at phonedog_Aaron and would love to hear what you want to see in the upcoming videos with the HTC Butterfly S. Do you want to see a comparison to the HTC One? Because it's already planned, my friends. Let me know what you want to see there on Facebook at facebook.com/HiAaronBaker or on Google Plus at g+.to/phonedog. But overall, really a nice looking device here. Love the fact that it brings Sense 5 to a different look and feel with blink feed, Zoe, and then it brings that bigger battery. So for people like me that are road warriors, really nice to have a 3,200 milliamp hour battery so you're not worrying about charging it as much. And that micro SD card slot gonna appeal to a lot of people. Keep it locked on the site for coverage, and as always, I'll see you next time.